Hello, good morning, and welcome to the last day of June. We got up, as you guys know, on Friday, and we had those awesome steaks. Thanks for the people who are teaching me some more about how to describe steak and what to look for, as opposed to don't look for fat, but look for another word that escapes my mind right now. Starts with an S. So thank you to those people. So I looked it up and definitely have learned a little bit more about steak and what to look for in a good steak. Although what I liked, it'd be interesting to know if you would have picked something different. So for the steak people, the steak lovers, the ribeye steak lovers, oh yeah, that's right. You wanted it to be closer to the prime rib? No, because it's the ribeye, and it's as you get closer to a certain part of the end of the cut or whatever, that's the best part. So I'm not sure if you have to like make a special request to get that, because it sounds like possibly a lot of people want that piece. So I'm not sure how many pieces you can get out of that either. So let me know. Let's continue this steak conversation. And so Saturday we woke up, had our coffees, kicked back, relaxed, of course, for a little bit. Then we walked the deck and looked for any boards that are basically need replacing, any of them that are rotting or splitting or whatever. So we counted out about probably 18, but I always buy a little bit more. Plus our side steps need to be replaced, just the top layer as far as I know. Hopefully when I start pulling that apart, hope I don't find anything rotting underneath. So hopefully just the top parts will be nice. So I think we counted 24 boards or 21 boards that we needed, plus two 2x10s. Yeah, the other ones were 2x6s by 8s. And then I needed one 2x6 by 16 feet, because I thought that our deck from the cottage to the end of the deck was 16 feet. So I bought a 16 footer and I'm shy by about 9 inches. So depending on where that moth just flew in, depending on where you start to calculate it, depends on how long it is. So I just have to do a different like weird patchwork on the one end. So that's all we did. Was Carol and I went into Bracebridge, went to the Home Depot, bought all of our wood, put it on the cart. Then we bought a couple extra things. We need like one of those utility screwdrivers that, you know, you just put the end piece in and pushes up the other one, put that on top. And we have like one specific drawer that we have in the cottage where we keep a lot of like this handy tools, like vice grips, the utility screwdriver, and like a utility knife or a box cutting knife. So we have at least those tools in there. And the ones we had are probably 15, 20 years old. Most of the heads are missing off the screwdriver. And it's one of those ones where they were stored inside the handle. You had to unscrew the back, take them all out, find the one you want, put the other one on, put all the other ones back in, screw the bent end on. So the one I replaced that one with is perfect. And the utility knife we used to have, or the box cutter, was one of those ones you had to put a screwdriver in the side, take the whole side off, put a new blade in, put the whole side on, screw it down. So old technology. So I wanted to get those things and replace them. So we bought those. So Carol helped me load up the cart, paid for everything, loaded up the van, brought it back to the cottage, put it all on the deck, and for the rest of the day we just lounged. Then I did again a little bit more fishing and a little bit more swimming, and then Ben and his girlfriend came up. Oh, that night too, Carol and I and my niece had a little bonfire, and we cooked up some marshmallows and made some s'mores, and enjoyed that as a after dinner snack and enjoyment. You gotta have s'mores at the cottage, or s'mores. I call them s'mores. Anyway, so and then Ben and his girlfriend came up really late that night because they had stuff to do in Toronto. And then Sunday morning, we all woke up pretty much around the same time, around 7 to 9, somewhere around there. Some people get up at 7, some people get up at 10. But yesterday, everybody was up and out of bed before, I think, 9. And then Ben and I, after our breakfast, I think probably around 10 or 11, we just got to work and started replacing. Ben was only there for pretty much all of Sunday. So they got there Saturday night, slept, woke up. All Sunday, but Ben helped me do the one section of the deck. So that section of the deck, I thought I was going to only replace maybe 2 boards, maybe 3. Definitely 2 boards, maybe 3. And then as we were pulling the deck apart, and 1 joist, because I knew the joist was rotten. When I went under the deck, I put my finger on the wood and my finger went into it like a sponge. So that's how rotten that one. It's funny how one piece, 1 joist will be rotten and the 2 beside it, 1 will be fine, the other one will be kind of starting to rot. It's just amazing how certain pieces of wood will rot way faster than the other ones. So as we were pulling up the board and as I went under the deck to pull off the rotten stuff, and I did most of it by fingers, just grabbing it and pulling it all off, and all the nails were exposed, all the screws were exposed, so we got all those out. And then as we pulled it apart, we realized the joist beside that one was kind of rotted too, enough to the point where probably in 2 years we'd have to replace it anyway. Since we had all the deck boards up, let's replace it. So Ben and I ended up ripping up that whole section and replacing 3 joists under the deck, and actually replaced 2. And so whoever built that deck prior to managed to use 2 joists in that area, but I wanted to make it a little bit stronger, so we used 3 joists, which it should have been 3 joists in that area, and had to use 1 stringer along another joist. So ripped all that apart, which took most of the time, and then again we cut them to 8-foot lengths, so we didn't have to do a whole lot of cutting with the new wood. So we had 0 waste on the new wood because we just again cut to length along the deck, and then we just basically popped down like Lego and screwed them all down. And then after that was all said and done, put all the tools away, and we spent the rest of the afternoon and evening going for a swim, hanging out in the dock, having steaks for dinner, and Ben had a hamburger. I think everybody had steaks except Ben. For whatever reason, he wanted 2 hamburgers, so we whipped him up a couple hamburgers, and then they went home probably around 9 o'clock. They had to drive all the way back to Toronto. It took them about 2 hours and 22 minutes. So yeah, on Saturday night I saw a mother duck with a whole bunch of probably the smallest baby ducks I've ever seen, and that was kind of cool. So I videotaped a little bit of that for you. Last night we all gathered around the television after it got dark and the mosquitoes came out. Gathered around the television and watched The Amateur, and that this is my second time watching it, and it was just as good as the first time. And again, it's the star, the actor who portrayed Freddie Mercury in Bohemian Rhapsody, and Lawrence Fishburne was in it too. So he got chased around a bit by Morpheus. So now we're going back into town to buy some more wood, because all the wood that I accounted for went into repairing that whole section of the deck, and now I got to go out and basically buy like 12 more pieces of 2 by 6 by 8 feet long and replace the rest of the stuff. This morning I could barely move. My lower back is done. It is so done. I had to take a Percocet, and then my sister had Tiger Balm, so Carol rubbed Tiger Balm all over my back and gave me like a little bit of a massage. And so the Percocet and the massage and the Tiger Balm are helping incredibly right now. So I'm going to try not to overdo it, but just take it slow at a time. The other thing too is I bought, there's a kind of a newish tool. I'm not sure how old they've been around or how long they've been around, but I think it's called a utility saw. So it's a saw that vibrates sideways like this, and you can, depending on what blade you have, you can cut wood and metal, or you can cut metal. So when I was in town, because I know the one I have is getting dull, I asked the guy at Home Depot, which one should I buy? I said I need to cut wood, and possibly will be bumping into nails here and there because there's nails and screws everywhere. And he said, okay, this one. And I'm like, okay, great. And I already watched a YouTube video on kind of what blades to buy. And the guy in the video, he said anything with long blades is more or less just wood. Metal is many more teeth and very, very short. So when he showed me that, and I'm like, this will do metal? He goes, yeah, it says right there. And I'm like, okay. So I bought it. Ben used it for the first time. All the teeth got sheared off. So, and then Ben read it and he goes, it seems like it does just wood, but on there's a word on it that says something metal. And I guess that guy misread it. I trusted him on his opinion, and he kind of justified it by the word metal was on the blade. So maybe it was the blade itself describing the actual blade, that it's a metal blade. I don't know. But so now we're going back into town to get my money back on that blade because they sold me the wrong blade. Anyway, let's go into town, grab some wood and a new blade. Made it to Home Depot. As you can see, when I was trying to get off the highway, there was an accident on the off-ramp, so I had to go the long way around, which kind of sucks because I purposely went that way because that's the short way to get there, and then you go to the short way and then it's blocked because there's an accident. Nobody was hurt. It was just like a fender bender, but there was a cop at the entrance to the off-ramp, not letting people through. Tight squeeze here for me. There we go. Last time Carol and I parked here, it's a long van. It's 22 feet long. So I park in my spot, but my tail end hangs over by like 3 or 4 feet. And you wouldn't think anybody would park behind you, but they did. I was lucky as I was coming out with a huge load of wood. They were just getting in the car and leaving, but they parked right up against the back of my car. So now I'm parking right in the middle of 2 spots. Nobody's gonna park behind me this time. I'm gonna leave my windows ajar because it is hot. It's 25 degrees Celsius. So here's the device. So it says on it, clean wood, but then it also says buy metal. So I'm guessing, like, I misread it. Yeah, I know it says clean wood, but the guy said, I said, this is what I want. This is what he gave me. And it says buy metal on it. But again, I'm thinking it's this piece of metal that they're describing. So now I've learned, and plus I think I'd rather have that kind of a fitting than this one. This is like a universal fitting, I guess. And this is the fitting that I would like to have on mine. Okay, let's go. So you've got to park like that. Somebody parks right behind you and you can't load up. And there's that guy walking in, and he just missed this rebar hanging out the back of this truck. And he walked around his truck and he just had to do a quick head duck, or he would have he said it just about hit him right in the eye. Dangerous. Good reflexes though. All right, got my refund. To go get a new blade. This time I'm going to read every piece of information on it. And the lady told me, she's like, yeah, the bimetal means the type of metal it is. So I think they're over. I'm going to leave my cart over here somewhere. See, $45. And then you got long teeth for wood, all the way down to metal. Oscillating blade set. Wood, nails, drywall, cutting, and metal. That's $45. That one blade was $25. See, this is the kind of, I think, clean wood. See, look at that. It looks, there's nails on it, and that messes you up. It's clean wood, but they got nails on it. This is the packaging. This is the exact blade I bought, but I threw the packaging away. I couldn't find it again. So that's what confused us. Buy metal, and then they actually have a picture of it going through wood with nails in it. Dumb packaging. Somebody needs to rethink their career. Some of these look $50, $55. Nail embedded wood. This is the one I'm gonna buy it. Oh, the second time I hit that. Lots and lots of wood. So found it. 2x6x8. It's $12.86. Let me know if that's same in your area, especially in the States. I want to know how much wood is in the States. Ah! Thanks again. No problem with these things, they got no brakes. Definitely need to clean up after that. Pressure treated wood. Sure, I could have wore gloves, for sure, but I didn't. I didn't. Helps if I get my mic on. Watch the difference. Somebody mentioned about the sound when I went into Costco. They could barely hear me. I don't wear this mic usually into a building with that camera. I usually just walk in with my iPhone. I do my best with the audio. So if it's not behaving properly, I apologize. I try to watch my audio levels all the time to make sure that I'm not blasting with music. I've learned what level the music should be at, what level my voice should be at. And depending on if I'm wearing this or if I'm using that, if I'm using my phone or I'm using this with my other camera, just depends. How much more extra work I gotta do editing the audio. All right, and I'm not an audio guy too either, so I just love video. Okay, here we go. I have to go to Shoppers Drug Mart and pick up my prescription for my shoulder. I'd like to thank the lady who said the drug that my doctor prescribed to me is okay on the short term. You don't want to do it long term. So it's only a 2-week prescription, so I'm gonna go buy it and hope for the best. So right now I'm fine because of the Percocet. So I'm still injured, but I'm feeling no pain right now. So my back is good, my shoulders are both fine. So I'm gonna have to get some work done before this wears off. All right, let's go to Shoppers Drug Mart and then back to the cottage. Oh, picking up.
Yep, 4064 there.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay.
So half hour before this guys, you'll start to work.
Got it.
Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And this is this one. If you're not taking this one, then I would say don't take this guy.
Okay.
Okay, this is just once, this is twice. But
Got
you can have one of this guy now before your first dose of this guy.
Got it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, take care.
Got my stuff. Time to head back to the cottage. Work my ass off. Everything in Bracebridge is done. I just need to try and get out of here. It's kind of hectic. You know, school's out now. It's a long weekend. And a lot of people took the Monday off because tomorrow is Canada Day. So the 1st of July. And so it is hectic here. Whoa, I won't be able to get out of here. It's a really bad plaza to get out of. Anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out with me. I'll make another vlog later on this afternoon of the work that I've done and to show you it's all finished. We bought a big thing of stain, so we're gonna wait till the wood that we put on the deck dries for a couple weeks. Then we'll probably stain the whole deck, and it's gonna look very, very nice when we're all done. And hopefully we don't have to do any repairs for a couple years. All right, thanks for hanging out with me, guys. I love all your support. Appreciate it, and we'll talk to you again in the next video.